Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to cover all of the World Junior cards that were released in NHL 23. And while I'm going to break down those cards and my thoughts on the World Junior event as a whole, it has presented itself with a very unique hack, especially for no money spent players, to prepare yourself for Team of the Year. So we're going to go over all of that as well. If you guys enjoy the video, make sure you give the video a like and subscribe for the most up-to-date news, tips, and info for NHL 23. Let's get into it. All right, guys, now first let's just talk about the overall arc of this event. So if you haven't been around Hockey Ultimate Team the last few years, this has been a pretty common occurrence now. So essentially, these 10 World Junior cards, one for every country, they are going to have overall increases potentially depending on where that country finishes. So whatever country finishes in first for gold, that player's card will go up +5 overall. Skating will go up by half, which means that sometimes it will go up by 3 overall, sometimes they'll only go up by 2. Depends where they are on the back end. If that player wins silver, they will go up by +3, and then bronze will get a +1 overall bump. Now, these are always really exciting cards because anytime that you can tie in real-life hockey to the NHL video game, it's fantastic. That's why the Fantasy Hockey event is one of my favorite every year, and the World Junior event is really fun as well because it's always one of the bigger events, especially for hockey fans. So we're going to break down the cards here, but I just want to make sure that everyone understood. So let's say Team Canada wins gold. Shane Wright's card will go up +5 overall in totality. If USA gets second, I believe it's Andrew Oak, he will go up by +3. So just now that everyone understands, let's go take a look at the cards. All right, we're going to start first with Switzerland's 85 overall Leon, I believe it's Bischel, 6'5", 216. He's a huge size here. He's got distributor and light the lamp. If you are no money spent or you're just starting for the holidays, let's say, this is a great defenseman to go and get. Someone who's 6'5" is going to be able to really help you out in your own zone, bumping players off of the puck and denying zone entry because the dude is huge. 87 speed is on the low end. I really wouldn't want to go any lower than that, and obviously I want to try to get a little bit higher, but his size you really can't match. He's got gold quick pick, which is awesome for intercepting the puck, and I've liked seeing Iron Heat Seeker a little bit. Again, if you are someone that's new to the game, you're starting around the holidays, cards like these are really impactful for you, and they can be had for a little bit cheaper than all of the other World Junior cards. Switzerland probably is not going to be able to compete for a gold or silver medal, but who's to say that they can't get bronze? I probably wouldn't bet with it, but this is still a strong card to use just on your team. All right, next up from Latvia, I'm going to butcher this guy's name. So here we go. Bogdan's, I can't, dude, I don't even know if, I think I'll get clipped on YouTube. 6'3", 208. Again, another great sized defenseman with gold bouncer and stick him up. 87 speed and acceleration. Again, for anyone that is just starting the game, these are the kind of cards you want to go to get, especially on defense, because there's a really big gap between the base guys that you get at the launch of the game back in October and master set players that everyone is using that has been playing for a few months. So if you are just starting out, these are the kind of cards to get. 95 shot power as well as 88 body check. And this is a very usable defenseman. Again, his size is great with stick him up, and you know, again, he's not going to medal, but this is definitely a usable card for your team. All right, from Czechia, we've got the 85 David Juracek, 6'4", 199, right-handed defenseman. A lot of great defensemen in this release. He's got gold truculence. Again, if you are just starting your team, and even if you're not, if you're looking for a decent right-handed defenseman, the skating is brutal, but in your own zone, having gold truculence is such an advantage in this game. You cannot bump anyone off the puck on PlayStation 5. I don't know what it is, but I don't know if it's the input delay or what. The game just does not seem to want to bump anyone off the puck unless you have truculence. It gives you such an advantage. You will get those stumble animations, and you'll be able to knock people off of the puck. He's got a decent shot as well. Body checking is a little low, but gold truculence takes care of that. So again, for anyone just starting their team, and even if you're not, this is a solid defenseman to grab. All right, from Finland, our first medal contender, Joakim Kamel. Very, very good player. 85 overall with booming shot and gladiator. Solid synergy combo. He's got snipe and make it snappy. Again, these ones are hard because there's no way to quantify what they do and how much of an advantage they give. I have liked Schneip this year on Pasternak, and I don't know if that's just Pasternak's X factor having a good shot or if it's Schneip doing anything, but 85 speed, 85 acceleration, 92 agility, and 95 shot power is very, very usable. Again, Finland has a chance to medal. I don't think it's a strong one as in years past, but they always play really well internationally, so this could be a decent one if it was to get up overall. Like if he was to get silver, you're looking at 90 speed, 90 acceleration, acceleration potentially and a really good shot. So Joachim Kamel is a decent one for sure. All right, from Germany, we got the 85 Adrian Klein, another big defenseman, 6'3", 205 with workhorse and buzzing, silver truculence, and gold stick 'em up. If you get both of these activated, he's got 88 speed, 88 acceleration. I don't know. I mean, they've made phenomenal defensive cards from this release. This is actually solid. 99 shot power as well. A lot of these silver cards, when they get bumped up for events like this, they just add on 10 overall, and because they have to make them somewhat usable at launch of the game, you see builds like this where you get crazy individual stats like this one. So again, another really strong defenseman that you could go out and grab. They're going to be a little more expensive because they are the World Junior cards, guys, but even if they aren't going to medal, I think that these are better than almost every base card and an 85 overall card that you can get for defense. So again, if you are someone who's just starting out, solid options here with a lot of the World Junior defensemen. Next, we've got from Team USA, Andrew Oak, obviously a medal contender. Team USA does look pretty solid. It looks like a really, really fun team as well, like gritty, not like all flash, very, very well-rounded. I've played against this card quite a bit recently, and Lightwork has shown to be a good ability with Butterfly Effect. He's got 52 aggression though, and the stars of the month, Arno Tiefensee, I think I'm probably saying that wrong. He looked to be incredible, but his aggression was so low that he's getting picked apart with those far side shots. So be careful if you're going to use him. Speed at 95 is great, and this card does have a strong chance to move up in overall, which obviously would increase his value here. So give him a try. Goaltenders really don't mean anything. They're in an awful spot in general because if their puck is around your goaltender, they'll just throw it in the net themselves. So keep that in mind. From Slovakia, we've got Peter Repsik. Again, I'm brutal with the European names. I apologize. 6'1", 190, magician, and well-rounded. Well-rounded is not a is an okay synergy, but it's very hard to activate because there's a lot of better options when players have multiple synergy choices. Magician is a fun one, but he's already got 97 agility as a whole, and going up by 2 in deking and puck control is not really going to help. Those are important for doing dekes. However, the agility being high means that he can spin and make those cuts left and right really quick. Is a centerman, has 88 on the draw, which is great. 85 body checking is good. The 81 defensive awareness is brutal for a center. I mean, that is the player that's going to be mostly defending the slot, and that's what determines intercepting passes. However, if you are just starting the game out again, having a centerman with gold unstoppable force and 88 on the draws, like there's not going to be many better options. He's not going to medal. More than likely without a miracle run, but still a very strong option. They've done a great job of making these cards usable, and I give EA a ton of flack for almost everything they do, but I've got to say, like, these are actually pretty interesting and usable cards. From Austria, we've got Vincenzi Rohrer. The comments are going to roast me senseless. Booming Shot Gladiator, which is really helpful for his body checking. 5'11", 168. He's built like, you know, Mitch Marner cards, and they just get thrown around a lot. So be careful with that. However, he's got 89 speed, 89 acceleration, and 95 agility with 99 shot power. Don't skip over the shot power. That's very important, especially with those far side shots. They just seem to go in a little bit more now. Body checking's at 86 with both of these activated, and these are great synergies, like some of the best outside of the skating ones. Gold No Contest, I think, is more of an EASHL zone ability. I've loved a big tipper. You know, if you take a lot of tip shots, it's really fun, so there is that. He is a pure right-handed winger. There's a lot of options. I'd probably even go with the base Barzal over this, but still a decent one. All right, from Sweden, again, another strong medal contender. We've got Isaac Rosen, 5'11" with Spark and Fly the Zone. Great synergy combo, obviously, if you can get both of these activated. He's got gold elite edges, and you guys know how much I talk about elite edges. For anyone, again, for anyone that's new to the game, you're just checking out the holidays, a lot of people don't really know what elite edges does, and it's hard to kind of quantify what it does. The best way I can describe it is if you're playing on server, which we do in Hockey Ultimate Team, if you have someone with elite edges, it feels like you're playing on LAN. That's the best way I can describe it, and you'll notice it with it activated. He's got 90 agility as well, an okay shot. I think that it's the benefit that he might actually medal, which would then raise his value way up because his shot will become that much better. Body checking will go up, and, you know, it'll all be very good. So just something to keep in mind. I think he's a strong option as well as a left-handed winger. And then we've got Team Canada's Shane Wright. Team Canada is loaded with the #1 overall pick, Connor Bedard, as well as potentially the #2 challenger to him, from Fantilli, so they are looking absolutely like a powerhouse like they normally do. Thief, as well as Distributor. He's got Make It Snappy and Close Quarters. Great combo. His endurance is pretty brutal at 79, but as we've seen with Solani's card, you don't really notice it as much as you'd think you would. And again, if he can metal and get that +5 bonus, he'll be into the 90s for speed, and his endurance would be about 84. His shot would be incredible. He's going to be the most expensive, obviously, but he does offer a unique ability for Team of the Year, and we're going to get into that in just a second. But if he does win gold, this would be a phenomenal card all the way around, especially if you are no money spent. All right, guys, now I mentioned in the intro, we got to talk about a little Team of the Year hack that has been found inside the game. So here's the thing. If you are no money spent and you're trying to save up for Team of the Year, you're more than likely going to need all the help you can get, and maybe your only option is to have a max X Factor. So let's say you have Connor McDavid's X Factor. The only way you're going to be able to make a Team of the Year, because they're so expensive, is by trading in the maxed Connor McDavid X Factor with the reduced cost of that, and then maybe you can afford it. It is going to be the most expensive event, guys. This is not for the players that play casually, unfortunately. Team of the Year is very, very hard to gain entry, and again, a lot of people have been, basically preparing since the start of the game. So let's say you just got the game and you want to grind over the holidays. Here is the thing. Nations of Hockey, like all of the other events, have an objective format where if you play games with those cards in exceptional, absurd amounts, you can get a ton of Nations of Hockey collectibles, 30 in total, which would actually give you a full MSP. Now, obviously, if you can get a free MSP by playing the game a ton, that's a benefit to your team. But hold on here, because the Nations of Hockey cards, well, there's some strong ones like Forsberg and some of them that are going to be released, I'm sure. Maybe the new Nico Hischier is a banger, maybe like Lucas Reichel. However, none of them are like you need to go get. Like, I still think that some of the spreadsheet hockey MSPs are better than Nations of Hockey. So here is what I would recommend you guys do to prepare for Team of the Year, especially if you're no money spent, okay? So in the sets for this event, as you can see, all right, we go over here, and you can trade in cards, obviously, and get collectibles like you always can. There's 10 days left to trade in 4 Nations of Hockey cards to get a 85 overall game day World Junior random choice pack set. Okay, so we're going to do this right here. We're going to take 4 Nations of Hockey collectibles. Again, you can earn 30 of these by playing games with Nations of Hockey cards in your lineup, and I'll show you a little hack to do that to get your 30 for free. All right, so we're going to go ahead and throw 4 in here for the random World Junior cards. Now, I would not recommend doing this if you just want to have fun with the event, okay? The event is not meant to, like, the World Junior cards are not meant to be done for this. I truthfully believe that you guys should take a random one and then follow that team through. I think that's just how the event is, and I think it's a lot more fun that way. That being said, everyone wants to know the min-max way of how to take advantage of every event possible. So here we go. We're going to throw 4 of these. Instead of upgrading an MSP, we're going to throw 4 of these into a pack, all right? We are going to get a random World Junior 85 overall random choice pack. Now, obviously, there are some stronger options. If you can get Team Canada, Team USA, even Sweden, Finland, and even Czechia, those are probably the ones that are in the shot for a medal. All right, so we're going to open this right now. And I want to show you guys the hack again for anyone that's new to the game. Maybe you don't know. Peter Repsik is not going to be a strong option, okay? He doesn't really have a chance to go up in value. I think he's a fine card to use if you're no money spent, or if you know you need some help at forward, but he's not going to go up in value. Next up, we've got the 85 German Adrian Klein, same kind of situation, all right? And then lastly, we've got Liam Bichel. So again, I've got 3 options here that are not going to medal more than likely, all right? Now, on the off chance that they do, here's what I want to show you guys. You can literally just dashboard. So if you go here and just close your game, you don't have to make your decision now, all right? It is exactly like the fantasy hockey event, and a lot of people take advantage of this, and I want you guys to be able to take advantage of it too for anyone that is not in the know. So that pack will still be in my inbox, and I can make my choice at a later date. So why is that important? Why do you want to hold on to these cards for a little bit? The Team of the Year event is more than likely going to drop during the gold medal, the final of the World Junior event, meaning that these cards will receive their upgrades during the Team of the Year event. If you were to get 30 of these Nations of Hockey collectibles, you can trade in and make 7 of these sets. Now, if you do 7 of them, you've got a good shot to get someone that is going to upgrade. Let's say you get Oak or Shane Wright. What you can do with those cards, instead of using them, and again, you can if you want, you can then save them and trade them in for Team of the Year collectibles. And obviously, the value of an 85 compared to a potential 90 overall in the collectibles you're about to get for that are going to help you out significantly. So what I would recommend is open up as many as you can. I would not burn through your collection, okay? Here's the thing, guys. I would not go through and make a bunch of Nations of Hockey collectibles for the chance, because you could get the same pack that I just got, and basically you've got an 85 for 4 collectibles, which is not a good value. However, if you take your free Nations of Hockey collectibles and make as many of these as you can for free, that is going to potentially give you a huge payout if you can get a bunch of Shane Wrights or Oaks or Sweden and Finland as well. And that is going to be how I'm going to attack the Nations of Hockey event on my free-to-play team, because it's going to give you the best shot to actually acquire some of the Team of the Year cards. And again, just to show you guys, that pack is still here. It does not change the contents of this pack. It just allows me to select it at a later time. So guys, lastly, a lot of people are going to say, I can't get enough players to get these objectives done. Here's what I would recommend, fellas. Because there are so many people that are going to be playing this game and ripping packs at Christmas time, you should be able to acquire a lot of these Nations of Hockey players for about 20k at max, all right? And what I would do is load your lineup. Again, you could burn through 100k, get 5 of these cards. You can also do some challenges and get a few free ones. And what I would do is just go to squad battles, set it on 2-minute periods, and just watch the World Juniors and mindlessly do it. It doesn't take as long. The other thing is, if they do a 3-on-3 rivals event, very easy. You can throw the 3-on-3 card, or you can throw the Nations of Hockey cards in your lineup and then set your 3v3 lines with the cards you want to use, and you will still get the rewards for that. So just something to keep in mind as well as you go down trying to complete these. And the second that you're done the Nations of Hockey collectibles, you can then just sell back those Nations of Hockey cards and you won't lose all that much money. I just did it during when I did my squad battles run, and I think I lost like 7,000 coins. So I hope this helps, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.